Gentlemen, what are we up to tonight?
Did Brian accidentally ban
Yeah, I think you might have accidentally banned me, and that's really messed up, right?
Are you running from the cops right now? See, what happened was I clicked and unclicked the button. It'd be like this sometimes. Welcome in to another installment of the Husker Gutter Call-In Show live. Sorry, I was fiddling with my TV because my TV, I'm trying to turn it down and I accidentally turned it up and then turned all the way up. And then I was trying to turn it back down. And here we are. I can't figure out how TVs work. No, it's because I broke my remote and I'm trying to use my volume from my phone and like the connection sometimes. So I was like turning it while we were waiting. I turned it up a little bit just to see if it was on, just to make sure I got some noise from my dogs. And then it turned all the way up. I'm like, oh, I better turn this down. And then I end up hitting the button to intro the video twice. And then that's why we just sat here awkwardly for 2 seconds. So welcome in everybody to the Husker Gutter Call-In Show. This is a show that is, it has call-in in the name, which means it requires your participation. We need you to call in. We got a couple things to talk about today. Not a whole lot going on in the world of Husker sports. However, it is really good to have a basketball team that is somewhat fun to talk about, you know, now that we've kind of gotten over the Illinois loss. So we're going to talk a little Husker basketball. We're also going to talk a little Nebraska football, you know, because that's what the show's about. Nebraska with a really good secondary last year, statistically, and we have tried to bolster that secondary room with a new safeties coach from the NFL. But first off, Ryan, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty dang good. It's Friday. It's 85 degrees. Can't really complain.
85. It's warmer there than it is here. It's 76 here.
Pretty wild. How are you doing?
That's a plus. I'm doing fantastic, man. It's been a good day. But let's go ahead and just dive into it. We'll start with a little bit of the Husker football talk. So, and again, this show will be short tonight, if not for your call-in. So go ahead and call in, hit that link. You do not need video, just audio. Call in, let us know your thoughts on anything, whether it be Super Bowl, Sunday. We can talk a little Super Bowl as well. But let's go ahead and just start with the football news of the day, since we are a football show. Nebraska hiring the Eagles assistant. I believe it was defensive assistant, right? Just defensive assistant?
Yeah, it just says defensive assistant, probably specialized with the safeties.
Tyler
based on
Yelk.
his career so far.
Tyler Yelk. So
What
do you want to go ahead and first team all name, Tyler Yelk.
Yelk is a weird last name.
just a little bit before, for the people that don't know about his kind of his background or whatever. Was at Minnesota Duluth, coach defensive backs, co-defensive coordinator and DB coach at Western Illinois, co-defensive coordinator, safeties coach at South Dakota, safeties coach at Northern Illinois, coach nickelbacks at Temple, safeties at Temple, and then safeties at Idaho, and then Philadelphia Eagles assistant to the head coach, defensive assistant, whatever. So has some ties here to Rob Aurich.
Yeah, a lot of ties.
Yeah,
that's good.
So go ahead.
Yeah, I think you probably had already interviewed throughout the process and was probably your finalist along with whoever it was that was our safeties coach for 3 weeks. So I think it was a pretty quick transition for Nebraska to say, hey, look, some crap hit the fan. This dude's going back. We'd still love to have you if you're interested. Yay or nay? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Write up the contract, send it over. It was a quick move by Nebraska. That's why I kind of believe that he'd already done the interview process and was high on their board, and they just settled with the other guy originally. So solid pickup, I guess, for the coaching staff, more or less. I mean, considering the timing of it, the biggest thing is fit. I don't think it's going to be a splash hire, especially this late in the coaching cycle, but getting a guy that's been worked with Coach Aurich at other stops was really important. Knows the scheme, knows the expectations. Now we just got to see how can he recruit, because that is going to be important.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest thing is I feel like with a lot of defensive hires, we've been kind of with, especially from the NFL, the big question mark is like, can they recruit? And I know typically with NFL guys, they have a leg up in recruiting because they've been in the NFL. They know what it takes to get there. They know the processes. They know those guys personally. But it just seems like at least. Wait, I just echoed for a second. It seems like at least in recent coaching hires for Nebraska from the NFL, like we haven't really had a ton of success in those guys being able to recruit at a high level. So I'm really hoping that this goes differently. And it, maybe not even necessarily due to a lack of ability. Terry Braden may have not even gotten much of an opportunity, to an extent.
He did a good job getting in the door with Valden Sohn from wherever he was.
But outside of that,
like,
it's one of those things. So it's one of those things. It's like, but I do feel like it's one of those wait and see. Of course, we don't know a ton about him. We know we can look at his coaching tenure, his history, and all that. But just a matter of like, is he going to fit? It's just at this point, it would just be us guessing. But I do appreciate the fact that he was, on a NFL staff, and not only an NFL staff, an NFL staff that is a pretty solid defensive unit. So at least worked with a lot of guys who know how to coach defenses, and not only that, just a pretty good overall NFL franchise, which I think is important as well. Comes from a winning program.
He was in Philadelphia for that Super Bowl run too.
2023,
so
right?
Coaching safeties. The year they beat the Chiefs, was that last year?
It's 23, 24, yeah. 25.
Yeah,
last
24, 25.
Yep.
And in that Super Bowl, they really shut the Chiefs out. I mean, the Chiefs scored 2 touchdowns late in the fourth quarter when the game was all but wrapped up. I believe that year, let me pull up his bio on the Eagles website. Total defense, Philadelphia was 280. They allowed 174 yards passing, which is phenomenal. But I don't want to sit up here and act like I know exactly who this guy is, and I'm not going to act like I'm an expert on Tyler Yelk, who I didn't know existed until about 8 hours ago.
Exactly. I'm right there with you. That's why I'm saying it's one of those wait and see approaches. Like, again, I like the hire based on
previous work history,
connections, work history, etc. But it's one of those, it's like we're at that point where it's just like, I felt the same about the Terry Braden hire. I like the Terry Braden hire, and all that. I just got to see it. I want to see it play out, see how he is, see what he does when he gets here, starts doing some interviews, see how I like the guy. But overall, like I said, just coming from a pretty good team with a pretty good defense, and not only that, a winning culture, which I think is important to bring guys from winning cultures over to the locker room. So, what's up, fellas? Here for a minute today. Today's my wife's birthday. Just checking in to show support. Hey, I appreciate you, man, David.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to your wife. And I hope you have a great day, man. Appreciate it. Speaking of great day, what's up, Jackson? And then we got great day, fellas. What's going on, Rashawn? Appreciate you hopping in here. Good, sir. Happy 1 year anniversary to Brian Moore on being a part of Nebraska channel at the Voice Cultural. Is that your 1 year anniversary today?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Jackson said he's been trying to keep track of it for everybody, so I'm going to trust Jackson on that one there.
Maybe your birthday is the same day as David's wife's. Well, your anniversary is the same day as David's wife's birthday.
That'll be
so. Pour one out for my guy Brian. I actually think you do that when people die, but still pour one out. Pour one out for my friend Brian. Rest in peace, Brian. Oh, never mind. He's still there. Okay. Hi, Brian.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, let's go. All right, Tyler Yelk. Not a whole lot to talk about on that. Let's go ahead and move over into the basketball game, because again, it's nice to have a basketball program to talk about. And this show is brought to you by FanDuel, and we have some FanDuel odds for you for the Nebraska Rutgers showdown coming up. Brian, go ahead.
Well, Nebraska has a 90.1% chance of victory tomorrow. They're 12.5-point favorites on the road at Rutgers, which Tuesday we talked about what the line could be, and we were in that 8 to 12-ish range, 13-ish range. So We guessed it'd be on the higher end of that. It absolutely is. It's 12.5. The over-under has been set at 141.5. I would love for Nebraska to smash that. I think Nebraska probably runs away with it by more than 12.5. Just for against the spread, betting stats and trends, Nebraska's covered 13 times and 22 chances against the spread this season. Rutgers has won 10 games against the spread this year while failing to cover 13 times. 12.5 point underdog or more. Rutgers is 4-6 against the spread in those situations where Nebraska is actually very, very good. So if you're a betting man or you're a betting woman, you're taking Nebraska. If you have that alternate spread option, pick 13, pick 15, if you will. I think Nebraska comes out. They're pissed off about last week dropping two top 5 teams. They've been resting. They're healthy. Nebraska's going to roll tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest thing. Health, fresh legs, healthy rink mast, and a pissed off team that's kind of ready to get was Purdue after the week after this one? Or the game after this one?
Purdue is Tuesday, I believe.
How we feeling about that Purdue game?
I don't like it, honestly.
Yeah,
I think Purdue, because they can shoot the 3.
A little scary. We'll admit.
Yeah. It's Tuesday at 6, so I guess we're not having a Tuesday live show again.
Oh, yeah. We might be able to move that to Wednesday. Yeah.
But the biggest issue I see with Purdue is they have good inside game. And Nebraska, as we've talked about, their whole defense is predicated on trapping, on doubling the post, getting those kick out threes, and forcing long shots. That is going to be very, very hard to do against Purdue because they hit it so well from deep. Nebraska's going to have to do something different. Can't just let them hit from 40% clip because that's about what they're at.
Yeah, and another thing on it too, what Nebraska has to do very importantly when you go against teams that are good from hitting the outside, when they don't make it, you got to make sure that you're getting out on the runouts because typically missed threes lead to long rebounds, which will lead to runouts. So I think the key to that game is Nebraska making sure that it takes advantage, not only crashing the boards, but getting back on offense and getting those runouts when available, trying to take those opportunities when they present themselves because they will be there. If you're forcing them to take lower percentage shots on the outside, then you got to make sure that you capitalize when they miss. I think one of the biggest things that was annoying against Illinois is I just didn't think when we would force them to miss too many times that they would come up with the offensive rebounds and would lead to second, third chance opportunities, which sucked to see. So against Purdue, against any top 25, top 15 team, especially in conference play, that can't happen. If you play good defense and you force the miss, you got to make sure that and I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that rink mass, wasn't 100% as well. So I think we'll do a better job of controlling the boards, but it is a tough game. But I think I think the Rutgers game, and then is a good setup for the Purdue game. I think Purdue game is good opportunity to get right back on track in terms of coming up with a big win against a top team after we've come off a couple losses against some top 10 teams. So, anything
they
else?
Got a big center too.
What's that?
Purdue has a huge center. He's 7'4", 250 pounds. He's a sophomore, Daniel Jacobson.
Is he Canadian?
A ton average. No, he's from Chicago.
Okay. I don't know if I've talked to you about my thoughts on, I don't know what they're putting in the water in Canada, but
well, they produce a lot of big athletes.
Zach Edey's the tallest player in the NBA. He's 7'4". Florida has this guy. Oh my gosh, Olivier Rioux, something like that.
A 7'9" freshman,
7'9". And then there's a 15-year-old or 16-year-old playing in Canada that's 7'5" or 7'6".
It's absolutely insane.
He's like 15 or 6, and he doesn't have like that giganticism disorder, similar to Olivier Rioux. Don't ask me why. I was watching videos on this a while back, and Olivier Rioux, like his parents had him tested for like that weird kind of gigantic disorder. He doesn't have it, He's just a freakishly tall dude, So I just don't know what they're putting in the water in Canada. I just had to clarify. I was wondering if he was Canadian too.
Maybe he immigrated from Canada to Chicago.
Maybe.
I'm going to check his bio.
Yeah,
No, he didn't.
So we got to start recruiting in Canada to get some people on the rebounds. All right,
they got a kid from somewhere overseas coming in for a visit this weekend, or next weekend actually. I think he's a 6'8" small forward, stretch 4, freak athlete.
When's the last time we had a 7-footer at Nebraska?
You know,
it's $1 million question.
Shang Ping.
Have we ever? Yeah,
Shang Ping was close, and he sucked.
Yeah,
I'm pulling it up. I think he was 7 foot. No, he was 6'10". Alex Marich was like 6'11". I mean, we have a 7'1" guy right now, Leo Curtis, but he's not like an impact player.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of guys that are 7 foot that just don't play, then they like transfer. Brian Diaz, he was a 7-footer. He was he's okay, I guess. His freshman
you
year.
Absolutely can go ahead and click that link right there. Brian, what are you doing for the Super Bowl?
I'm not doing anything. Oh, by the way, Brian Diaz was 6'11". So I was wrong there.
So Leo Curtis, is Leo Curtis like the first 7-footer we've had?
Do you remember Andre Almeida?
Sounds familiar, but I might be thinking of somebody else.
He was the big Brazilian guy.
I don't think so. I don't remember him.
He was close. 6'11". Gosh. He was 6'11", 310, though. He was like an offensive tackle.
When was that?
He played in early 2010s. Yeah. Okay. 2010 to 2011. He was a JUCO guy.
I was overseas in 2010. I was overseas from 2009 to 2012. So that makes sense. In case City of Hertz, you can call it for sure. 100%. Hold on. Let's pull up the FanDuel Super Bowl odds, because now let's talk a little Super Bowl, because it is Super Bowl. It is Super Bowl weekend. We'll talk a little with Giorgio. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you calling in, man.
What's up, guys? Once again, I was wrong. How did it happen? I was believe you guys. I believed you guys. I told you guys you would not lose in our game, and you guys was in our game.
You know, it'd be like that.
Frank Mass had the flu still.
That's
all right.
That's what we say a lot too. We always say we're not going to lose another game, than we do.
No, I'm starting to not believe the Big Jetta prediction that you guys will win 9 games, because I already wrong the first one.
It's all right.
Once again, I was wrong.
Well, wrong. There's only one way to get back on the wagon of being correct. That's to make another prediction. All right, we're not going to let you down this time.
What happened in that game? Like, I didn't see the entire game because I was way too busy. What happened
against Illinois?
How did you guys fall apart Illinois?
Well, better. Well, can we talk about the free throw discrepancy? Because don't get me on my soapbox about this officiating again. Because when you're in 2 consecutive games, and the free throw disparity was, what was it, like 49-9 or 45-9?
49-9 against Michigan and Illinois.
So Illinois had 23, 21 free throws to our
24. We had 4.
24-4 free throws, right? It's a big.
My dad actually countered my opinion on this. He sent me an email that had all of our free throw discrepancies.
He sent you an email.
Well,
definitely your dad. It's definitely your dad. It's old school. What'd he say?
Like, I know the Michigan game, you guys were really bad at the shooting part of it.
Well, the Michigan game,
you guys are missing a lot of shots.
Shot 42%.
Well, we're missing 2 of our top players during Michigan, and then one of our best players against Illinois was Rankin Mass. He had a little bit of that flu because he couldn't make a shot. What was he, 0 for 6?
Until the last 2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
But Nebraska didn't shoot poorly. They shot really good both games. They just
shot really good.
Got outplayed and didn't get to the line.
The difference was the line. I don't care what anybody says. The difference is the free throw line. It's like right there. It's that's the difference, the free throw line. So they started calling every single ticky-tack call down the stretch for Illinois. And that little 14-year-old looking kid I can't stand that dude.
Wagler.
Yeah.
I
So
wonder
Illinois
if
shot
Miami,
20,
Ohio is
Nebraska
actually
shot
this
8.
good. Like in Miami, Ohio, and Arizona are only two undefeated teams left. If I'm correct, there are only 2 teams left that are undefeated. So is
Bro,
Miami, Ohio,
Ohio.
really that good? Or
No,
is
they're
just
hanging on
No.
by a thread, dude. They are
They
like
suck.
so close to losing like every week to like nobody's.
They're going to get an 8 seed and lose in the first round. And everyone's going to be like, see, that's why they weren't getting ranked very high.
They almost lost to Buffalo.
Buffalo sucks. They play in like the worst basketball conference. I would take
Oh,
the
that's what-
Missouri Valley over their conference.
Okay,
maybe.
so looking
Maybe
at
not.
Miami of Ohio, they beat Buffalo by 2. After 4 games ago, they only beat Buffalo by 3. I mean, they beat Western Michigan by 11, Akron by 3.
They went to overtime back-to-back weeks or back-to-back games.
UNC Asheville they beat by 3, and I think that was one of their overtime games? They almost lost. Yeah, UNC Asheville, who's 4-6, who was 4-6 at the time of that game. They beat them in OT. So yeah, Miami of Ohio has just got a really easy schedule. They haven't played a single team that is even close to ranked, not even remotely close to ranked.
I'm make a bold prediction and say SFA from Southland is going to be an underdog in this March Madness. They're going to be underdog. I think SFA has a good team. I've seen them play games. I'm also echoing.
Oh, Brian, he's echoing.
Welcome to
Sorry,
StreamYard, Georgie.
It's Brian's fault. He's going to get out and come back in.
I was saying, I
right,
think
go ahead.
SFA from Southland is going to be underdog. I think they have a good team. They just beat one of the best March Madness teams over the last couple of years, and next to you by like 7, and they looked good almost all year. That's my first full prediction of the night.
I do like you picking somebody out of the Southland Conference because my alma mater is in the Southland Conference, Lamar University. It is. You didn't pick Lamar, but it's just rare that we get a team out of their pick. I like that pick. I think SFA is a pretty good team. They're pretty solid.
Also, I'm going to do it once again. You guys will not lose another game. Please don't let me down this time.
Hey, we won't.
Well,
Brian, don't let him
play
down.
one ranked team from here on out, and that's on Tuesday.
And we are healthy. We're finally, everybody should be back to full health.
And you guys have it easy because Michigan's going to be tested over the last couple of weeks. Even though, the end of the season, Michigan's going to have Illinois to verse still. They have, multiple ranked teams to verse still. You guys have the advantage over a lot of the Big Ten teams. It's just you guys need to win.
Facts.
You guys can win. You guys can get back up to number 5, especially if Michigan has a hard time with, Illinois later this season.
Facts. Georgia, I don't even know if they want us in the top 5. But, Georgia, your opinion. Who do you think's better, Michigan or Illinois?
Illinois. I think Illinois is better. You see, Illinois
Am I the only one that thinks Michigan?
Maybe
it's just because I'm so
one-loss
bitter against Illinois
team.
because fuck Illinois, you know?
They beat
I'm
Purdue.
just gonna add,
And
I
they
know
beat
I
him in
said
2
Tuesday,
weeks. I think
Illinois
the span of
was
2
better.
weeks.
Go ahead.
Georgia.
Like I said, they beat Illinois and Purdue in the span of 2. No, they beat Nebraska and Purdue in the span of 2 weeks. We're both ranked teams. Michigan has beaten some ranked teams, but you cannot say that Michigan has beat 2 of the top ranked teams.
I just
not
think
back to back,
better,
but in the span of 2 weeks. Both in the span of 2 weeks.
I just think
Well, they
they're
beat
better.
Gonzaga by 40, and they beat Auburn by 30.
I just think Michigan's the
Back-to-back.
better.
That's Gonzaga. They had the easiest schedule ever until it comes to March Madness. We really see their conference, right?
It's still Gonzaga. But at the same time, I just feel like Michigan has a better team. Depth-wise, I just feel like 1 through 5, I just think, for me, I just feel like they're a better team. And I know the results.
I get what you're saying.
I think they're deeper. I think they're better 1 through 5. I think Illinois is a better 1.
Here's the thing. I think Nebraska maybe accidentally woke up Michigan from that lull that they were in. They were still winning games, but they were winning them closer.
They beat the crap out of Michigan State
easily. That wasn't really close.
That wasn't even as close
They
as the
just
scoreboard
beat Penn
indicated.
State. Yeah. And Penn State sucks. They beat them by 30. But towards the middle end of February, This is a very tough gauntlet stretch that they have. At Purdue versus Duke, at Illinois, at Iowa versus Michigan State. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 of their final 6 games are against top 15 teams. But luckily for Purdue and Illinois are on the road too.
Yeah.
Purdue's tough to beat in Mackey.
I think Duke might lose a couple of games here and there. I think Duke might lose Saturday to UNC. I think Duke might lose to Michigan. I think it's gonna be one of Michigan's Michigan's wins. It's gonna be against Duke. I think they're gonna get a win against Duke. I don't think Duke's that good. In my opinion, Duke's not that good.
I think Duke's good, not as good as they normally are. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
I think
they're
UNC
like
them.
forgotten about because of how good they are.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like if Ohio State had like a 10-win season, everybody like, yeah, Ohio State's not good, but it's like, yeah, in comparison to what they normally are.
Yeah,
They've been
Duke hasn't really
good,
been
not
challenged.
know to why, but they haven't been as good as they always
Right,
are. Usually they're like
exactly. No, I agree with you.
dominating.
You're right. Yeah,
Usually.
you're right.
So is UConn. UConn hasn't been as good as they usually are. It's easier.
The
Like they had
Big
trouble. First thing I think
sucks.
was the team. They had trouble with another team. I forgot what team was it. Albany? Was it Albany? They had trouble with one team. They
UConn's losing right
won
now
by
to
like only 8
SPU.
to like a non-ranked team that was they usually beat handedly normally. I think it was Albany. Was it Albany?
I think
It
so.
was the logo had a guy with a mask with a hoodie on. I can't think of a black hoodie on. I can't think of the school. I can't think of the school.
I can't remember either.
Can someone check UConn schedule? I can't think of the school they were. Why?
Check UConn.
Yeah, give me
because
2
I was
seconds
going
here.
to point out Arizona's schedule because I don't know if y'all seen Arizona's U of A schedule just since they're one of the 2 undefeated teams. Look at the schedule they got coming up. They got number 11 Kansas, then number 13 Texas Tech, and then number 16 BYU. This is all back to back to back. So they got Kansas 11, Texas Tech 13, BYU 16, U of H is 8. Then they play Baylor, who's unranked. Then they got Kansas again, and then they play number 7 Iowa State. So in a period of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. They play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams ranked inside the top 16. That's a brutal.
So the Big
stretch.
12 is the best conference in basketball.
That's a U of A.
Did you find the UConn thing?
Tough.
It was
Yeah,
game
I
they
got
won
their schedule
78
pulled up.
70. It was a game they won 78 70, if I remember correctly. It was against a team that was not ranked. I forgot what team it was. It had a guy with a hoodie on, black hoodie on, the logo. I cannot think of the name. Why can't I think of the name?
Do you remember
It's
which?
escaping me right now.
Do you remember which time frame it was? Like middle of the
Couple weeks
season?
ago. It's like one of their last couple of games, if I remember correctly. The logo is a
They
guy
beat
with a black mask.
Providence 87-81.
Providence. That's what it was.
They're black.
Providence. That's what it was. They had trouble with Providence. It was like 87-80, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but they
And
also beat
usually-
BYU, who's ranked 7th. They lost by 5 to Arizona. They beat Illinois.
I don't think
beat
BYU's
KU.
7th anymore.
They
I
beat
think
Florida.
but they're still top 15, top 20.
I think
Yeah, they were 7th when
UConn's
they
also
played.
at that point that Duke is at. They both are good, but they both haven't been as good as they usually are.
Agreed. That I can rock
Agreed.
with.
Big East also sucks.
Factor fiction.
But
You think
You
Miami,
can't,
Ohio? Wait, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say you just can't discount UConn in March. They've proven
Yeah,
that.
definitely. You cannot. Neither can you discount Duke in March.
You
Yeah.
can discount us in March. I'm just saying. Not this year.
Okay. Fact or
But-
fiction? Do you think if Miami, Ohio finishes undefeated and Arizona loses one of their next games, do you think Miami, Ohio will be the worst team to finish undefeated? With their schedule,
Absolutely.
being as easy as it was.
Yes.
Oh,
Their schedule is a cakewalk. What do they got the rest of the season? Hold on. Let me pull it up here. So they got Marshall, Ohio, UMass, Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, Toledo, and Ohio again. They have not played a single ranked team this season.
But now
They
it's
haven't
time.
played a
Like
team
now
that's
would be time like to see
remotely
if any other
close.
undefeated teams that finish undefeated have also had the easiest schedule as Miami, Ohio had. Is Miami, Ohio the worst undefeated team ever? No one will know that. I think
We
so
wouldn't
far
know
the
that.
recent years have been.
But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes. But I could be completely wrong. But just recency bias, yes.
Yeah, recency bias. Definitely.
Recency bias kicking in.
I'm looking
yeah.
at their schedule now.
It's bad.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I think one game 107-101 in OT.
yeah,
they
to
won against
Kent
Buffalo
State.
105-102, and then they beat
And
them
then
again a few weeks later,
73-71.
73-71.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
Buffalo
rough.
sucks.
I feel like a lot of
I
teams
think
could beat
if you guys get, I think you guys might be able to get them in the round of 64. Might be able to beat them easily.
I don't think
That
if they
would
go
be terrible.
undefeated,
That would be
They're
a
gonna be
terrible
so
draw.
That'd be a 15.
I feel like that'd be a terrible draw for us. Like just the fact that if they came into that undefeated and they were like, yeah, you get to play them round one. Even though
But you're not going to put an undefeated MAC team as a 15 or a 14 seed.
Sure.
And Nebraska is going to be a 2 or 3 seed. Worst case, 4 seed.
That's if meltdown happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be worst case a 4 seed. I'm just saying, if it was, it'd be funny. I can see
would.
Miami, Ohio being that team that finishes undefeated and then can lose us by 30 in the first round.
Oh, it's very possible. Very possible. Because no matter what, I feel like whatever team they meet in the first round is going to be tougher than 98% of their schedule. Maybe all of it.
Oh, yeah. Have they even played a team with like a
I mean, we all did. I'm
500?
gonna go back to the SFA comment here. We all did say SFA was never going to beat Duke in 2019, and look what happened. So we can never say Miami, Ohio won't be good in the March Madness.
Sure, Virginia did lose to a 16 seed, so there's that.
It's Virginia though.
Yeah.
Like I said, so my first bold prediction, like I said again, was the SFA one. Another bold prediction I'm going to make. I think that I think UNC will finish in the top 10 in rankings.
I
think they will beat
Duke
today, not today, Saturday.
Yeah, if they beat
tomorrow,
Duke, they'll be in.
And I think at the end of the season, they will finish in top 10.
I have to see who's ahead of them, but so I'm not sure who's
at the defense. Yeah, it has like how does the chips fall in front of them? Like Michigan State probably drops because they lost already.
Also, by the way, if I'm going too fast while I'm talking, you guys can tell me that. I sometimes will go too fast while I'm talking.
You're good. My brain can keep up somewhat. Because what is Duke rank right now?
Duke is ranked
4. I think it's 4th.
Okay, yeah. So if North Carolina beats Duke, they should probably at least be 11, if not in the top 10 at that point.
I pulled up the top 25.
But that
okay.
That Duke Michigan game is really interesting. February 21st.
So we go to football. What are your guys' faults in the new recruit? You guys got
Dylan Berrymon?
Yeah.
Stud.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about consistency for him and conditioning in order to make an impact early because he's not going to arrive till summer. And I think the biggest thing is consistency with effort. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's lapses. But I think for Dylan early in his career at Nebraska, next year after that, you're looking at a zero tech nose guard. Like that's going to be his specialty. In his film, you see him lined up all the way out as a pass rusher. Maybe you could, in the college level, push him out to a 3 tech. I don't think so. He's too big for a 3 tech, unless he's just an Ndamukong Suh clone. But he's, to me, is a run stuffer, clogging the middle, let your linebackers eat behind you.
What are guys' faults on a new quarterback that's coming in?
Calandrew?
Huh?
Calandrew?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we talked about it a little bit last time, but I think similar to what we've talked about on the show a few times before when somebody was like, oh, you think he's a better quarterback than Raiola? It's not necessarily that I think he's a better talent or a better quarterback or anything like that. I just think he fits what we want to do better. We've talked about that a few times on here, so I won't reiterate it too much. But I just think he brings an intensity that and don't get me wrong here. Like when Raiola was here, I liked Raiola. I really liked Raiola. And he did get You know, he was a dog. He did get everybody hyped up, but I feel like Calandria brings a level of dog on the field that Raiola didn't bring. Like there's an intensity and a chippiness to him on the field that I think can rally this team, rally this fan base that we didn't have with Raiola. There was a connection to Raiola because of the Nebraska connection and all that. And he got us hyped up before the game and all that stuff. But like Calandria just like he hits this switch during the game, flips this switch that he just turns on. And I think that's what we need. We need that. I think we need that guy that can go out there and get this team like rallied around him on the field, who can be a leader of men on the field. Go out there and be like, listen, we're not going to lose this game. I think that's what Calandria can be to this team. Not only that, I think, again, he fits kind of what we want to do offensively. And I think they've done a good job of putting pieces around him to help him be successful in the offensive line, wide receiver room, and stuff like that. So
I still think you guys will finish 9 wins. I'm still going with a 9-win prediction. And 9 wins.
I like it. I love that.
I
gotta hear what 9 wins you think we get.
I haven't seen the schedule complete yet. Like I've seen like some of it, like in parts of it. I've seen like how tough it is. Like I've seen parts of it, but I haven't seen like the full one, the full schedule. If I am able to get the full schedule up, I will definitely say 9 wins. I know it's 9 wins. I know 9 wins. I've like been saying that there's going to be that Nebraska's going to finish 9 wins sooner or later.
I'm going to run it down with you.
Yeah, run through it game by game.
Okay. First game, Ohio
State, Ohio Bobcats.
Just Ohio.
Yeah.
Win easily. There's a most of Ohio.
I hope so, right? We got a battle in week 2. This one, I imagine.
All right, wife's home.
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. I think it's going to be another easy win. If you guys lose to Bowling Green, I think it's like it's not as bad as Ohio, but it's still bad because Bowling Green is not good of a team.
No, they're trying to do what they did in Colorado with Eddie George now. North Dakota, week 3.
State, like the FCS school, or
no, the other North Dakota FCS school, just North Dakota.
Oh, easy win. It's FCS. They're paid to lose.
At Michigan State.
At Michigan State. Spartans are gonna be. I think that's gonna be your first loss. I think Michigan State's a good team. I think you guys will end up losing like one of those trap games in like Michigan State.
If you got us winning 9 games and losing to Michigan State, we're in for a rough scale. Like, all right, we'll keep it going. Loss. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Next week, Maryland.
Easy win. Maryland is like good. I love Maryland to death, but I
think Maryland would beat Michigan State by 15.
3-1. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Indiana.
I want to say win, but it's Curcinetti. He's gonna find a way to win.
So right now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2.
4-2.
Oregon at Oregon.
I think guys will win this one again in the Big Ten. I think Oregon's gonna fall off a little bit just because they have the same quarterback. They have like mainly the same thing. I think they will fall off a little bit this year. I don't think doing the same thing over and over again.
No way.
I like you, dude. No, come on. Keep it coming. Let's go. Next game.
Bye week, then at home on Halloween against Washington.
Washington State, like the next one too, or Washington? It's like Washington.
No,
Washington.
UW.
We're in conference play.
I will. You just win the schedule.
At Illinois.
I think you guys will win this one. Illinois is not as good as a football team as their basketball team, so I think they will win this one. Imagine you guys lose to Illinois in both football and basketball. That'd be the funniest thing.
That's what we've been doing the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's been bad.
I guess like we'll win.
What's
at
next?
Rutgers?
Rutgers. I'm gonna go win. Rutgers is not really good. I think you guys are gonna beat them handily.
Okay. Versus Ohio State at home.
At home. At home, that makes it a little bit easier, so you don't have to be in Ohio State with the fans. But I still think you guys lose. It's Ohio State. They're usually always good, no matter how bad they are. Better rosters.
Ohio State's Ohio State's pretty on to beat us by 3 touchdowns no matter where we play them. I feel like
Yeah, no matter where you play them, they're gonna probably beat you
by 3.
I'm sorry
You
about
wanna
that, but I
hear
think
a
they're gonna
scary
beat you.
statistic, Giorgio? The last, I think it's 3 times Nebraska's played Ohio State at home. Ohio State has not punted.
Yeah, I think I've heard that stat. I think I've heard that stat. I think I heard like
Pretty
somewhere, but I forgot where I heard it from.
And then we're going to wrap it up Black Friday at Iowa.
At Iowa Hawkeyes or State?
At Iowa Hawkeyes. Conference play.
I'm gonna go win. Win.
That makes you 9. That gets you 9.
Hey, he got 9 out of it. I was a little worried when he said Michigan State lost. I was like, there ain't no way we're getting to 9, dude. Then he said Oregon win. I'm like, okay. All right, now we're cooking.
I think you also had that trap game. A lot of the teams had trap games. Once in a while, everyone. I think you also had that trap game. That was my faces on it. I'm like starting to regret it now because I'm starting to think like how bad Michigan State is, and I'm starting to regret it now.
So, all right, so he wants to switch that.
Swap them. We're not going to beat Oregon. We'll beat Michigan.
Yeah, just give us 10 wins. No, we'll
get
beat
10 wins there. 10 wins.
See, we even added a win.
I think you guys will beat Oregon. I just think Oregon is doing the same thing. Doing the same thing twice will not work out. They kept like most of their roster. They kept most of their players. I don't think doing the same thing twice will work.
That's a roster that.
What if it ain't
the
bro?
Playoffs?
But and it's funny because I just tweeted a player from Gatlin Bear who I really wanted to Nebraska.
You see how bad that roster fell apart to Indiana this year.
True,
Indiana was a wagon.
They were a wagon, bro. But I like it. I'm not trying to talk you out of it. 10 wins, it is. All right, Giorgio. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. Any other predictions, Giorgio?
I'm gonna go and predict that Nebraska makes the Sweet 16.
Oh, I like that one.
A lot of it will depend on our draw, but I like it.
Do you think
they go as far as Sweet 16? I think they can go as far as Elite 8, but I'm gonna say Sweet 16.
Do you think we get screwed with our draw?
I think we'll get a favorable draw. If we can get to a 2 seed, we can get the
depends on the opponents.
Say again.
So I think you guys can go as far as Elite 8, but I think it depends on the opponents. Because you guys have the talent to go Elite 8.
I agree.
Maybe
just whether we get screwed or not. I have a feeling like we might. Oh, look at this douchebag. Go ahead and call in.
Call in, but he's not
calling in. Rules. See if he's about that life. Sorry, Giorgio. There was this troll who was trying to be all confrontational with Brian in the comments earlier. We're going to see if he's got the cojones to call in and talk about it.
He can try and tell Makai's father that we don't have good running backs.
Yeah,
because he was pretty blunt about it when he called in. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago?
Did he call in?
I got saying, you guys can make the Final Four, maybe even Elite 8. If you guys have the talent, so it depends on the opponents. If you guys are versing a hard schedule to begin with, and then not trying to, you guys will be screwed. But if you guys have an easy schedule in the sweet in round 64 and round 32, I think you guys will win both of those games. I think you guys can go as far as the Final Four. It just depends on the opponents.
The only thing that scares me is, again, I've been a fan of Mike D'Antoni led the Rockets team, so I just know how stressful it can be when your team cannot create inside the arc. So I'm hoping that these next couple games we can kind of show some wrinkles. If we start missing shots against Purdue, in one of these games where our threes aren't falling, I hope we can show some new wrinkles on creating inside the arc, because we're really going to have to do that against some of these top teams.
The guy calling or no?
That's where we fell apart against Illinois. We just could not create inside the arc. So
Nebraska shoots on the year about 50-ish% from the floor, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to see them, like you said, they've got to develop that ability to get to the rack somehow, some way. When shots are
the guy calling in.
It's going to happen.
No,
you're the one calling in right now. Until someone else calls in, we're good.
Yeah, you're good.
He said you're trying to go that guy the shoulder calling.
He
But he
said
didn't.
he
I want to
said
ask if he
he'd
did.
call in the comments.
Oh,
he
he-
hasn't called in.
I don't think he's got the newts, if you will.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't think
gonna
he's got the
say.
balls on him.
I'm gonna say is going back to the Oregon thing. I do not think Oregon makes the playoffs again.
Ever?
Not ever. Like this year.
This year?
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I gotta
mean,
look at their schedule
dude, they got the same quarterback. Man, what is it that you don't like about them? You just think like
You
teams
see
are going to
How
catch
badly that
on.
defense
Dude, they got a
performs.
cakewalk next year. They got a cakewalk. Boise, Oklahoma State, Portland State,
Hey,
at USC versus
Dumbass,
UCLA.
there's no number. Click the link, you idiot. Read the instructions.
Their toughest game will be at USC, at Illinois. Illinois is tough at home. At Ohio State, home versus Michigan. Well, I'm more talking about teams that are consistently in that 8 to 9 range wins. Nebraska hasn't consistently been there. Hopefully we can get there. But USC, Illinois, Ohio State, and Michigan, that's 4 tough teams. You could throw in Washington at the end.
They're not losing to Washington. Sorry, but no one's losing to Washington. If you lose to Washington, you get kicked out of the ball for that.
They've got a dang good quarterback.
Yeah,
They have
that's
a good quarterback.
returning a quarterback who's won a lot, has a lot of experience.
I think
That's
Washington
they
was one of
went-
the worst teams this year.
It's
They
a
had 9, they went
quarterback-driven.
9-4 last year.
It's a quarterback-driven league. It's tough when
Yeah,
you're
they
bringing
went
back a
9-4
quarterback
last year.
with that much experience, that much winning. That's my thing. If it was Raiola, I'd agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't get behind that. Washington's not good. They're 9-4.
Oh,
They
you're talking
beat
about Washington.
Illinois.
Wait, we're talking about Washington. Wait,
Just
Huskies
close
or
to the
State?
wire.
Wait, they had the wrong team? Were you guys talking about Huskies the entire time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I'm stupid.
not you're talking about Wazoo.
Yeah, I thought you meant Wazoo.
No,
No,
UW.
no, they're not in our conference.
Sorry. Can I
So
retract
does
that? I'm sorry.
So does that change your opinion?
No, I think I still beat them, but I think that it does become a hard game for Oregon. I think I should still beat them. I think I should beat the Huskies still. Sorry, I thought you guys were talking about Wazoo the entire time. That's why I kept saying they were running good. Sorry. And I heard 9-4. I'm like, oh wait, Wazoo did not go 9-4.
So we still got 10 wins.
Yeah.
Still
like
get 10.
Still got 10.
I'll buy whatever you're selling.
I didn't realize you were talking. That's why I kept clarifying the entire time what team you guys were talking. Should have clarified with Washington. But I was
UW.
just like followed my gut there.
Oh, is this guy? Hold on. Giorgio.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we pull you out?
Yeah, I'll come back in later.
I want to see if this is this clown. If Jeff's not the clown, then I apologize, Jeff. But
Jeff is the clown.
what's up, clown? Welcome in, dumbass.
Yeah, Jeff is
Jeff needs some new
the
internet
clown
connection.
conversation.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about Mosey.
Talk.
You need proof he's a running back. I think his internet froze, but I have the proof right here.
Jeff is
Did he play in
broke
the
his
Under
internet.
Armour
Jeff,
All-American
hey,
game
Jeff.
as a running back or a
Jeff,
wide
shut
receiver?
Jeff, shut the fuck
Didn't
up.
Jamal
Get off your
Turner
dial-up
play in the
internet.
Under Armour All-American game as a wide receiver? and he was a
Just tell me.
quarterback in high
We were
school?
Go ahead.
He's a running back right here. Okay. Jamal Turner played in the Under Armour All-American game as a wide receiver after playing corner or quarterback his entire career in high school. Amir Abdullah was recruited as a cornerback and played running back. Prince Amukamara, one of the best corners in Nebraska history, was recruited as a running back and played cornerback. These are athletes. It's such an ignorant statement to sit there. He's not a running back. The dude's 6 foot, 215 pounds. Such a fucking ignorant comment.
All right.
Mosey was a big.
Jeff, shut
6
up.
foot, 210 pounds. He rushed for 1,200 yards in high school.
Stop.
Oh
talking
my
for 5
God. I don't
seconds.
even.
All right. He won't shut the hell up for 2 seconds so I can bring him in and have a discussion here. Jeff, oh my God, bro. I'm trying to show you how debate works, Jeff. Shut the fuck up for 5 seconds and get the camera out of your fucking nose. Jeff, shut up.
No, tell me wisdom,
Jeff,
Mr. Cutoff.
Jeff,
come on.
Shut up for 5 fucking seconds. Because I'm
Tell me
trying
your
to get to the
wisdom.
point of the debate. Shut the fuck up. Do you not know how to shut the fuck up? Are you stupid? Okay, shut up. What is the debate here? Is your whole argument he's not a Big Ten running back? What is your point? What are we trying to get at? Because
my point is
you have to shut the fuck up. You have to have 2 sides that are willing to come to an agreed upon point. But it sounds like you just have a stick up your asshole and you need to get off your toilet and get the stick out of your ass because it looks like you're in the bathroom right now because you got nothing but shit to talk about anyways. So what is the point? What not a Big Ten running back? What does that mean? You can't just say, oh, he's not a Big Ten running back. What does that mean?
I made the point on the chat that we are 1 injury away from a sophomore wide receiver starting at running back.
He's a running back.
One of you goofies tried to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about and tried to tell me Mosey is a running back.
He's a running back. Where's the confusion? This is why when we have a debate, we try to figure out what's the argument, because you don't have an argument outside of just saying Mosey's not a running back. What do you have to show us that he's not a running back? Please do tell.
He started in the Under Armour All-American game as a wide receiver.
And
his recruiting portfolio shows him as a wide receiver.
And what is he in college?
He was on the post part as a wide receiver.
Okay.
They had to move him to running back because they had no other option.
They had to?
Did you know he was playing both positions in spring practice? And he was recruited to play both
Why
positions.
did they move him to running back?
He was recruited to play both positions. Coach Rule even said that.
Hey, let me ask you a
He
question.
was not. He was moved to running back.
Oh, he wasn't. Yeah, he was moved to running back. Exactly. So you just admit he's a Big Ten running back. Thank you for that. What was the point of this?
Because they had no other options.
Shut up. You just said he was moved to running back. Brian, can you back out, come back in? Hold on, I'm moving. And then bring him back. We'll bring you back in. We apologize for this, guys. We got a bone to pick here, and I'm echoing. I can't listen to it. Yes, he's pooping. He's got diarrhea of his mouth, so he's just leaning over the toilet right now, throwing up into it. But wait for Brian to pop back in. All right, cool. Now let's bring this back. Okay. Anyways, so like I said, you admit he was a Big Ten. Now, what is this? What is the point of this? What was the Nebraska offense they were trying to run? They were trying to run a 49er style offense, right? When Matt Rule talked about this time and time again, they're trying to run like a 49ers-esque positionless style of offense, right? Right? Jeff. It's 2026.
Yes.
Get that internet figured out.
Can you honestly tell me that Nebraska's running back room is Big Ten worth? Is that what you're trying to say?
I can't understand what you're saying because you're cutting out, buddy.
I caught the end of it. He said,
Are you trying to say Nebraska's running back room is Big Ten worthy?
You're wrong about them not having other. I have no idea what he's saying. You're wrong about them not having other backs in the room. They had other options. They just allow the fans to create and shape their own narratives. Thanks, Rashawn. Appreciate you popping in here. And so, Jeff, what were you saying? I'm sorry. Your internet sucks.
Who in Nebraska's running back room would start for any other Big Ten team?
What does that have to do with Isaiah Moisey not being? You see, now you're changing the discussion.
My point is,
no. Your point.
They had to move him to running back,
but they didn't have to. They didn't have to. They saw him as a hybrid player who can play both, and they wanted him as a running back. He's 210, 215 pounds. So he's got the athleticism and the size of
two running backs.
They have what?
Jay.
I have. Fix your internet before you call in next time, bro. You in a dungeon, the bathroom? What's going on? We using the Starbucks bathroom Wi-Fi? What are we doing here, Jeff?
Can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Because I'm talking to this guy. Like I can't understand half of what he's saying because it's all just.
So can you guys see this big star-looking thing here? This is Isaiah Moisey right here. This is Isaiah Moisey.
Hey,
can everybody else read this? It says senior year, Lee Summit, Missouri High School. What position is he right here?
We got Rashawn in here right as Jeff left.
Perfect. So everybody can see, and just because Jeff's definitely still watching, that is what you call a running back. And then what you see, this is called a football play. He played running back right there. And then the first clip is actually him coming out from the running back spot. So
crazy.
I think that is a running back who can also play receiver because he's an athlete. Mr. Nelson, please elaborate on what a running back is from the father of Nebraska's potential starting running back. Because I think Moisey's a running back. Am I wrong?
No, he definitely is. For all of the inexperience that he had before he came in, he's receiving it now. And so when people say, "Oh, he's not a running back, he was a wide receiver," that's because that's where they saw him at first. Right. That's where most of the fans are used to hearing his name and things like that. But if you look at his build, if you look at his father, if you look at his mother, if you look at his family, like he's meant to be a bigger guy, right? Like he's young,
like 6 foot.
Once he grow into his body is going to be different. He's a kid, right? So it's like a lot of people are judging him based off of what high school used him as, or, certain things, right? Like a lot of our children, because of their athletic ability, are utilized in different spots that they kind of wouldn't be used in college. Right. But because of the way that the team is structured, the way that the athleticism is on that squad, they kind of need them there or need them here or need them there. So then that's when we run into the dilemma of having someone like Isaiah Moisey that should have been a running back this whole time, but really should have been allowed to get types of snaps that he was getting as a wide receiver, as this, as that, because he's a hybrid type of person, right? Like he's gonna be like a Deebo Samuel type of guy, right? But he's gonna be in the backfield a lot.
Exactly.
Right?
That was the point I was getting at when I was asking him, like, what they wanted to run a 49er style offense. And my point is that is exactly what they want him to be, is kind of that Deebo Samuel mix where they can do a little bit of everything with him.
Exactly. So it's like one of the misconceptions of them not having a running backs in the room and stuff like that. Like I try not to get on and stir the pot, too often and stuff like that. But sometimes like it just get like too much, right? Like sometimes like fans like take it overboard because they're looking from things at like such a superficial view, right? That they're not like really going deep enough to kind of see why this is happening, why that's happening, why this is happening. Like for a second, we were supposed to be a developmental type of program, right? So how do you develop Isaiah Mosey into being a great running back unless you give him some snaps? How do you get Makai whatever type of experience he needs if he doesn't get certain snaps? So if people haven't really paid attention, each time one of those boys touched that ball, whether it was Mosey or whether it was my son, both of those boys did great. People don't really look at it like that. They like, oh, well, they ain't have anybody, all this and this and that. Like I tried to say it on the last daggone time I was here, right? Like when you look at it being a business, we have to capitalize from all angles, right? Like from all angles, right? So it's like they see what most of us don't see. Not myself, not y'all. Like a lot of people don't see what they see behind the scenes. So when Makai is doing whatever he's doing and Isaiah's doing whatever he's doing, and the fans like, oh no, they ain't got nobody. Makai wasn't there because Makai's from this type of place right here. We from a bugged out area, right? So while, like I said the last time, while other teams have the age, the maturity, 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 24-year-olds, our team is one of the youngest teams in the conference, right? So it's like when you look at it like that, and you look at like, hold up, Makai needs to mature in certain ways. It's not talent. It's like, in order for you to be a Nebraska running back, man, or a Nebraska wide receiver, or this, like Elijah Pritchett had to sit down for a little second. Micah Mazuka had to sit down for a little second, right? And these are big money guys. It's not because sometimes they lack in the athleticism. It's because of the other boxes aren't checked off. And if the news if the media is going to want to talk to you, right? They can't have anything happening 2 days later after the daggone media have a conversation with you. I'm not saying that's what happened. You feel what I'm saying? But sometimes certain personalities, you never know if they're mature enough to handle certain things, whether they're 23 or whether they're 19. Right? So it's like a lot of times we forget that these are young men. No matter on if they're getting paid, no matter on whatever it is, them getting paid don't take them away from them being young men that need to learn certain things a certain type of way. We might want another running back, we might want this, we might want that, but I promise you, if those boys were given the opportunity to get more carries, to get more receptions out of the backfield, you would see better numbers. But how do we have a number one Big Ten running back at Nebraska? When was the last time we had a Big Ten running back, number one running back at Nebraska? Tell me.
Abdullah.
How long ago was that?
That was a long time. What was Abdullah? 2011?
2011.
So that's 14, 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So do we give my son the ball more?
This year?
Yeah, should we have given my son the ball more?
Not this past year, probably not, because we had that leader but certain opportunities I feel like we should have, but
no, because then it would have messed Emmett up from getting what he got.
But yeah, when you got Emmett, you got to run the ball with him.
Yeah, but not. So this is the thing. If Emmett was a sophomore, it would have been a different situation.
Yeah.
Right? I need people to kind of like really think with logic and not emotions. Right? Like it really would have been different if Emmett was a daggone sophomore. How many times we be like, oh my God, I wish he was a little bit faster. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Makai is super much faster.
The thing
He's
is,
a whole lot faster.
We said that about Amir before he became Amir too, because I remember when Amir was on kickoff return, we're like, he's not fast enough to be like a high level top end running back. And then look at what he turned into. We said the same thing about Amir.
So it's like it's a lot of stuff that won't stop until the games are happening.
Late. Yep.
No matter on what I say, no matter on what rules say, I could come up on here and daggone tell everybody till I'm blue in the face that Makai literally declined, did not answer the phone for Tony Alford. Tony Alford coached running backs at Ohio State and then went to Michigan State. He apologized to me and my son in our faces for him not knowing who my son was. I'm sorry for not knowing who you're, like, I just got here. Like what, like where y'all from? Like, if I would have kept my son in school, my son would have left as a 4-star. He was on his way to being a 4-star before we yanked him. I shouldn't have to keep saying these things. Like, if you see him take off, as soon as he get the ball, if you see him on kickoff running over tight ends, like, look at the kickoff daggone film. He's running over tight ends, right? He's making them turn their body and wince their body when he's coming down the field. He's making them double team him on kickoff, right? So we don't know if we got a running back, if we got a great enough running back. He's the first down there, right? On kickoff, he recovered the ball and all of that, didn't he?
Yep.
Like, come on, how much more do we want from certain people to show that they can do certain things?
Well, Jeffrey's reporting from his
40-yard touchdown run against Utah. Like,
well, Jeffrey's reporting from his bathroom. Okay, Jeffrey's got expert opinions here from his bathroom. Toilet talk with Jeffrey. Coming on here talking about how these guys aren't Big Ten running backs when they haven't even had an opportunity to show themselves and their ability. Apparently, he thinks everybody is born. You have to be born a Big Ten running back and come out of the womb one to be considered a Big Ten running back for Nebraska, apparently. According to Jeff.
It's just an ignorant argument to me. Like,
it is. It's dumb.
No one complained when Jamal Turner was recruited as a quarterback and switched to wide receiver. No one complained when Prince Amukamara was recruited as a running back and switched to corner. No one complained when Cam Taylor-Britt was recruited as a corner, having never played cornerback. Why? Because they're athletes. You find the best fit once they're here. They're 17 years old. They're 18 years old. They're going to grow an inch or two. They're going to put on 20 or 30 pounds of muscle. Like, their bodies are going to change, and everything to put everything on them at 17, 18, 19 years old when they're freshmen and expect them to be ready in a grown man's league. Rashawn, you just talked about, I think it was a week or two ago, we talking about Indiana's roster and how they're old. They're all 23, 24 years old. Can you imagine being 17 years old against 23-year-old grown men who've been doing this for 6 years? It's not the college football of 10 years ago when you had freshmen playing all over. Like, even Ryan Williams at Alabama dominated as a freshman, struggled as a sophomore. It's just, to me, it's just totally ignorant.
This guy hung up just to yap in the comments.
You know, the crazy part is that he started this at 6 a.m. y'all time, because he was on the early breakers with this rhetoric earlier.
Same guy.
Rules. You know, this guy.
He said in our comments, I call into all the national or all the local shows.
You know it's bad when they throw.
No one on those shows are going to come and cuss your ass out like we will.
You know it's bad when they throw Dittman's name out there in the comments as like that. This is the type of people that he riles up.
Yeah. So that's the crazy part is for a second I thought maybe he was Dittman.
I thought he was too. That's what
what
I told Brian that because I was like, anytime this trolling happens, they always bring up his name. And it's weird how
and that's the crazy part because like I halfway like him, but I don't.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I halfway like him because he's so young with so much moxie, right? He's like I don't like some of the stuff that he says, but I
don't trust him. He did me wrong behind closed doors when I was trying to have his back. I don't trust him.
So I don't trust him either, but because he's a kid, I try to give him the leeway, right? Because he's a kid.
Because I tried to message him and reach out personally. Yeah, because he was a kid and I didn't like him. Everybody going after him. I did that.
Yeah. So it's like ultimately like I respect his grind, right? Because he's a kid doing certain things from his basement, from his dorm room, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's one of them guys that like I really wish I could hang out with for like one day. Just for one day, he would see the world a little different, and he wouldn't talk the way that he talked. Just for one day. And it wouldn't be anything like aggressive. I just would let him walk in our shoes for one day. Let him meet some of the people that I know and see what words do to people. Like, because words do more harm than you think.
100%. Words
you
are
feel
important.
What I'm saying?
Words are very important. Words are very important.
Yeah, man. Like words can start wars, create love. You feel what I'm saying? Like words are different, man. like so you kind of gotta like when you have platforms, you kind of gotta watch, certain things that you do, certain things that you say. But I think because he's so controversial, you feel what I'm saying? He's able to build a certain type of following, and it works for him a certain type of way. So we're in that day and age where like the youth is figuring certain things out a certain type of way, and they don't really realize how damaging certain things can be.
It's polarization, and it's like trying to get followers by any means necessary, whether it be your character, whether it be your reputation. Like, people are more worried about followers than their own character and their own reputation, which is insane to me.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of things.
We want to get on here and talk ball. I mean, that we just kind of like to come. We barely remember to ask for subscribers half the time,
Yeah, that like it's definitely different because it's like some of the narrative be false narrative. Like I don't have a problem with telling you that my kid will tell you he'll smack the crap out of you if you keep running your mouth. Like I don't have a problem with telling you that my kid would tell you that. You feel what I'm saying to you? And he has to learn or had to learn how to curb that.
Yep.
Right? Because the same thing that makes people great sometimes on the field become a kryptonite sometimes, right?
Right.
It become that way of being like self-destructive, right? Because that personality gets in the way. And because and that's why I keep trying to say, like, we come from a different area. Like if you act or you move a certain type of way, we respond a certain type of way. Like, and it comes from grown adults to children. Like we come from an area where this is like it's fed a certain type of rhetoric to keep us a certain type of way in this area. They want us to be in jail. They want us working in factories. They want us not having a certain type of network to not grow. So they could keep feeding off of us in this area. So he had to learn, my kid, just like other young men as well, that come from different areas, not even just from like the East Coast. It could be from the West Coast. It could be from down south. It could be from any one of these like urban areas that feed us a certain type of subliminal rhetoric that's self-destructive. So we'll go to a nice area like Nebraska and not really realize that, hey, we're not in Kansas anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Like we're not in like we're in a different place now.
We're good.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we good. Like we ain't gotta act like this. We ain't gotta have a chip on our shoulder all over the place. We ain't gotta look at somebody and say, hey, you did what? You said what? I'll smack your face off your face.
Trying to read every little subtle way they move and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, like when you don't really people don't really mean any harm. So that's what kept my kid off of the daggone field.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Not because he wasn't good enough. My son is running close to a 4.3, if not a 4.3 right now. He's definitely fast enough. And that's why every time one of them coaches get on the daggone camera, they say, yo, got that home run speed. Hey, at any given moment, he could take off. All of that type of stuff.
Yep.
But if Rule is going to put that boy on the field and possibly run 100 yards or possibly do this or possibly do that, he has to make sure that the next day when somebody says something to him the wrong way, he doesn't give Nebraska a bad eye. Right? By responding the wrong way when he doesn't have to respond like that because he's not in New York, because he's not in New Jersey, because he's not in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because somebody like Jeff, like 3 years ago, somebody like Jeff 4 years ago, my son would have said something to him 4 years ago. But now today he would tell Jeff, hey, just give me the opportunity to show you who I can be for Nebraska. That's what my son would say today. But 4 years ago, my son would have said, hey, man, you want me to buy you a phone? Before you talk all of the mess that you talking, you want me to update your Wi-Fi?
Literally.
That's what he would have said to him. You can't even, your Wi-Fi ain't even good enough for you to talk crap about me.
Yeah.
Get out your bathroom. You hiding from your girl in your bathroom?
Yep.
Like that's what my kid would have said 4 years ago.
Yep.
But today he will be respectful to you, Jeff.
I'm not.
And that's why he couldn't be on the field last year.
Fuck you, Jeff.
But Jeff, this is what you want from your running back, Jeff. You want your running back to be able to be respectful to you, even though you're not respectful to him. Right? You need a ruler teach him how to be respectful to him, to you, even though you're not respectful to him.
Facts.
So you don't want him to get on the field last year and mess up what Emmett had going on, Emmett possibly going in the second round and all of that. Let Emmett get what he needed to get.
Well, these are the same type of fans that when you read their tones and see their comments back to back to back to back, you realize they're not rooting for any of these kids. It's like they want to be right. They want to be right so bad that they want these kids to fail. I feel like in a lot of instances,
they'd rather fail and be right than be wrong and have success. To me, it makes no sense that they would rather be miserable and be negative than to be like, you know what, he's young, let's give him a chance here.
And like, what are you going to accomplish being right with to me and you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? What is that? Does that make you feel better? Like, if I don't understand it, like, who are we for you to sit there and be like, yeah, I want to, you know, like, it's so important to you to be right in this situation. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Like true fans should be at home praying over every position on that field.
100%.
Right? True fans, not these all sometimey type of people. Right? Like, if you're a true fan, pray over every position there. Pray that nobody get hurt. Don't keep saying we one injury away. Right? Emmett didn't get hurt at all last year. You know why? Because most of the people that was around him was praying over him, praying positive and great thoughts over his daggone his season.
Yeah.
Right? Praying over that boy, making sure that he could do what he did and quiet and silence all of the naysayers. Right? Like, be a fan. If you're going to be a fan, be a fan. Don't be like one of these psychotic, bipolar daggone fans. Be a real true fan. Like, really, really give people the benefit of doubt and think with logic. Like, really, like, do some research. like, okay, there's a reason why these people are in these rooms.
Yeah.
Like, it's a reason why. Jamal Rule is a great running back. Like, he is. Like, and once he learned what he needs to learn, like, his body is already halfway there, man. Like, once he learns what he needs to learn, we're gonna be good. Yep. Like Coach EJ showed y'all that with patience, like a diamond will be underneath that. A diamond will be there.
EJ wouldn't have been found had the two running backs ahead of him not get injured. You know, we wouldn't have not have not been found, but we wouldn't have known just how good he actually was, you know, had the two running backs ahead of him not get injured. And then he was thrown into the fire against with a bad offensive line and came out and showed out, you know.
Exactly.
So
because what people also got to realize is that like you got to look at these boys' years, right? Like what class they're in. Right? So which ones can we hold off on for a second and kind of promote more of the next one? Who's next? Right? So it's like if you're a junior, right, and you have the opportunity to go out, do we like flood the market right now with everybody else, or do we promote you heavy? It's like a record label, right? Like who's hot right now? Right? Who's gonna get the most records sold? Right? So it's the same thing. Who's gonna get the Grammy? Right? Who's gonna sell enough records right now so we could get a Grammy? They might even take songs from certain other artists that were supposed to drop a song right now and give it to a Jay-Z or give it to this one or give it to that one because they know if he put that out right now, he gonna get a Grammy off of it. So it's the same thing when you look at this. And I only said that because I'm in the music real heavy, you know, like, but so it was like the closest thing that I could kind of give you. So it's like if you kind of like look at it, Emmett was like really like kind of like underrated.
Right.
Because he had other guys around him that was older. Right? He had other guys that was more highly touted. You know, all of these types of different things.
AJ
so
Allen.
You have
people are more excited about it. AJ Allen. People more excited about AJ Allen than EJ. You know.
Yeah. So and I don't even know who that is. Right. Yeah. I know who EJ is, but I don't know who AJ Allen is. You feel what I'm saying? He might have went on and did something else, but I don't know. All I know is that, you know, when you come into a room and you have political things going on, plus you got older people going on, they like, all right, well, if I develop him like this, even though other people are saying he unproven, he proven to us because we pushing him in there and we seeing if he a deer in the headlights or not. All he got to do is put you in there a couple of times to see if you're going to fold or not.
Yep.
They don't have to keep putting you in there, keep putting you in there to see if you're going to fold or not. They know what your talent is. So it's like, all right, so let me put you in against Michigan. Like if you look at it, Makai went in there against almost every team, right? And it against almost every team that he went up against, whether it was like two carries or 3 carries, he did what he needed to do to show them if he could do what he needed to do next season. All right, come on. We're going to bring him in right now. We're going to have this one going against him. He's going to go against him. All right, we're not going to have him going as hard now in such and such practice because of the wear and tear on his body. So some of the same things that they was doing with Emmett last year is going to be the same things that they're going to do with Makai to save his body. It's the same thing because in certain practices, Emmett wasn't going super hard because you don't need to go super hard. You just need to play the dance enough for you to kind of like know what to do once the lights go on. That's all. That's all. Because if you're aggressive, you're aggressive. You just need to know that the plan, the plays is working this way. You need to know once this hat is turned this way, if the old lineman got him for real, or if his hat is turned this way, that means that he don't got him. You gotta make this adjustment over here. Like that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Right? To be honest, right? And if you aggressive enough, once you get in that open field to bust that boy behind that's trying to get in your way from getting to the touchdown, or you faster than him to get to the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's it. Well, Isaiah Mosey, once he gets more aggressive, it's over. It's over. It's over. He got the body for it. It's over.
Yep.
Like, and this is me saying this as me having a running back inside that room. I'm supposed to not want other running backs to be good. I'm just saying.
Yep. Brian, can you back out? Come back in. I'm back on.
But you know, I know a lot of people doubt certain things because they didn't play a certain type of way last year. But I promise y'all, man, like everything is built by design, man.
Yeah.
Like like right now, what's the greatest thing about that season last season? What's the best thing that happened that whole season?
Emmett.
Exactly. Like, come on, y'all. I think we're live. Huh?
I'll say, even though we got blown out in the bowl game, Makai averaged 7.4 yards per carry, had a 40-yard touchdown, and that was all in the first half.
How many carries did he have?
12 carries, 88 yards.
So imagine if he had 20. How many yards do you think he would have?
That's what I was trying to get to the point with that guy, because I was like, we didn't also completely change the offense.
But this is the other side of that, right? And this is what people got to understand, right? And this is me saying this, even though I should feel a different type of way, but I understand business. And if my kid didn't have an attitude problem that kept him off the field, this narrative would be different. Because once Dana got there, Dana talked about Makai before the Wisconsin game. That was Makai. I found this young, great player. Emmett wasn't young. I'm just saying. Most of the people that they thought that Dana was talking about wasn't young. Makai was young. Makai screwed up. Makai was supposed to play in the Wisconsin game. They had a bunch of plays for him. Like, I mean, a bunch of plays for him. Then he screwed up. Right? We fast forward that. Then he comes around this next year. You know, he's screwing up again, right? Because his aggression. Right? Like, he's taking things wrong. He think everybody against him. You know, all of these different things, right? You fast forward again. Now they looking at what they're going to do in the portal in the future is chess, not checkers, right? How many great running backs you think that they're going to get in the portal? Not that many, right? Because nobody really want to come to Nebraska right now, right? So it's like, all right, how do we get something to pop a certain type of way? We good with 27 because of the way that Trey is moving. Right? How do we maximize, because nobody can argue that daggone Isaiah Mosey deserved to be on a field in some way, shape, or form. So why not play chess now and think about where his body is going to go in 2 to 3 years? Not where it's at now, but where his body is going to go and where his career can go in 2 to 3 years. In 2 to 3 years, he could be in the NFL as a running back, as a slot, as a gadget player in the NFL. So why not start gearing him towards that right now so Nebraska can use him like that?
It's crazy. It's almost like that's how you develop players.
Right? That's how you develop players.
Wild
right?
concept.
Because we wanted it to be a developmental program. It's just that we don't have the patience for them to develop because Signetti is winning daggone championships.
Yep.
Everybody want us to be some Mr. Me Too. Oh, we could do that too. No, we can't, because that's not our road. Our road is that we want ingrown daggone in-state Nebraska players to hold up half of the daggone roster.
That's
Right?
Yep.
That's one of the things we want, right? I'm just saying. So how can we do that and compete with the rest, right? So it's like all of these different things are super contradictory, right? So then we bring it back. Now, if you gave Makai the ball more, how much money do you think they would have to pay Makai?
More.
Would they be able to give him a little bit of money?
No, I probably have to give him a lot more.
Right? We'll have to give him a lot more, right?
Have to get a lot more there.
There'll be a lot more people inside his inbox trying to get him up out of Nebraska, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dante Dardell.
Especially after the Utah game.
Dante Dardell, right?
Yep.
So it's like, why give them an opportunity to force your hand with somebody that you know that you're helping to develop?
Kind of like Matt Rule talking about the spring game. Same thing.
Right?
Why put them on display for other people to come in and be like, come over here.
Yeah. So it's like negotiations is coming in after the bowl game, or before the bowl game. Everybody renegotiating their contract, even if your contract not up until next year, summertime, July sometime, August sometime, they still renegotiating your contract right now because of the season.
Yep.
Right? So if Makai had 400 yards, 500 yards, how much money would they have to pay him?
More than they are now.
Right? So would they be able to give money, extra money towards O-linemen, towards D linemen, all of the places that we really need to fortify?
Nope. That's the part of it people don't think about. It's like they think once we got these guys on the team, like that's it. That's what we're paying them the whole time they're here, and not understanding that everything comes with a cost nowadays.
Yeah. So it's like, even though, like me personally, I'm upset because I feel like he should be at a place where he should be getting, a lot more, right? But because he wasn't able to make the transition fast enough, that's our repercussion of it. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. That's our repercussion. So any young person that ever come across this video, if you think all 5 stars act like assholes, that's really not true. Because a lot of the 5 stars that want to go on to the NFL and really maintain a great career from college to the NFL and be worth a certain amount of money, that's not true. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to represent the brand because there's more besides your name on that. You got hundreds of years tied up into these names, into these brands. So don't think just because you could catch the ball in the air between your legs that it gives you all the cause to be an asshole to people. Or for you not to practice. And I'm not saying this is what my son was doing. This is what I'm seeing as a collective of 5-star attitudes. Right? So it's like, when I look around and I see them on TikTok, when I see them on, these different social media platforms, I'm seeing the rhetoric that they push into some of these young athletes, and these athletes are thinking like, hey, this is the way we act. No, it's not. You conduct yourself like a respectful young person. Mm-hmm. Somebody that's always thinking about tomorrow, not just right now. Yeah. 100%. I think it's a great message too. Cause that I think a lot of times, especially nowadays, we don't really, especially in the social media world and all this, I just don't think we understand how much our actions today affect, people post whatever on their social media and think it doesn't affect their future anything. They'll go out and act a fool and think if they get put on it's wild to me how people just think they can act however. I think that's just the degradation of society where people think they can act however there's going to be no repercussions whatsoever. Well, the thing is that some are meant to be lost. Yeah. Right? Not everybody are meant to go. So if everybody wasn't, different, if everybody kind of like was doing the right thing, it wouldn't be room for everybody to make it.
And then we wouldn't appreciate good if everybody was doing good,
Right.
Same time,
So
yeah.
it's like sometimes, when I look at it, and that's why it's like a 1% thing, 2% thing, whatever they keep saying it is, 3% that make it, and all of these different things, because like not everybody is meant to make it. Like they need people to think a certain type of way in areas.
For sure. Yeah.
Because the economy is built a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Like just being honest with you.
Yep.
Right. So it's like they want kids to act like that.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, then they might make it.
Yeah. And then that
and if
gives
they
them,
make it, then it's
they give them less, that they don't have power anymore if they make it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's like who's in the jails, who's running the factories, who's running this, who's running that, who's doing this. Like it's really like bugged.
Yeah.
Like the way like areas are, like in a way that they push certain messages. Like you can go from here to New York to I want to say Florida, back over to where y'all are, to like Oregon, over to California. And in each place, when you turn on the radio, you won't hear certain music.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They don't you go to certain stores, you won't see certain clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like even though that same store over in New York carries certain clothes.
Yeah.
Right? You won't see certain billboards up in certain areas. Like in certain high level communities, you won't see FanDuel daggone billboards. You won't see daggone lottery billboards and stuff like that, because they don't play the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
Rich people don't play the lottery. Rich people play stock markets.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm just saying. So it's like each area has a certain level of success the people in that area are really able to achieve. And that's why it's like the 1%, 2%, 3%, because their families, or their themselves are allowing people to guide them a certain type of way up out of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many people do you know that's super good that act like assholes? And you be like, man, if they just would have got it together.
Me, my whole life.
Right?
Until like the last few years. Yeah.
Right.
No, but yeah. That was my dad. I mean, that was my dad in a nutshell. Addicted to drugs and all that. But if he would have just got it together, yeah, same thing.
Right.
He killed him when I was 15. But if he would have just acted right, just got his stuff together, he had everything in the world going for him,
Right.
Yep.
And some people from certain areas get caught up, and it don't ever leave them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like I just like, we're people, man. Like, all of us are people. And to the fans out there, like, remember, these are we people. And sometimes I need y'all to think a little more logically.
Mm-hmm. Like,
think a little more logically, right? Just a little bit more, because there's a lot of things at play. Even though we say we got a lot of money, that don't mean that we really want to spend it. We might need it for other things. It's chess, not checkers. So it's like, why make sure that Makai get the ball a lot? Why make sure that Isaiah Mosey get the ball more when you haven't had a number one running back in forever?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole season is saved by Emmett.
And before they're ready, like, why put them necessarily on display when you're working through some of the things that they need to work on, just so that way, whenever they do fix those things that they need to work on, they can then go be great somewhere else. Yeah.
Exactly. Go to the next level. Not even go somewhere else. Go to the next level because we want these boys to stay and go to the next level from here.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Not go to another program or something like that. Right. So it's like if they going through all of the heartache and all of the bull crap with my kid, why allow my kid to put them in a position where now, like, hold up, I don't really have the money this year to give you that because we like this a business and you don't have the stats, right? Why, you know, why do that? And I know I need some linemen to help protect you next year, to create holes for you next year. Why put you more on display right now and have to give you 600,000? Or 700,000 or 800,000 or something like that. Why have to do that?
Yeah.
When I can give that, whatever it is that I'm giving you more, I can give that to a lineman that I can make sure that when I do put you in, now you might get 1,600 yards. Because we got bigger bodies on a joint with on a line now with different temperaments that come from different areas that normally would have went someplace else, but because we had that extra bread, we able to give it to them, and now they here with us.
Yep. Or a quarterback that can get you the ball or create openings, help create
right. Because our quarterback room is doing great right now. I'm just saying. I like it.
Yep.
Even though I know Calandria gonna run the ball a lot, I'm just saying I like it.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I knew that was going. Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying I like it though, because overall I want us to win.
Yeah. 100%.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm praying positive vibes over every position.
Absolutely.
That suit up
the way it should be. Rest of
even the ones who don't suit up in the daggone pads, that suit up with that N on their shirt because they helping the wheels go round. Right?
Yep.
So, you know, ultimately, like, as fans, that's what we should, and it shouldn't take me just coming around to have to tell the fans that's been around for this long how to support their team.
100%. But we appreciate you coming in and speaking some logic into it. Because again, you give a perspective from a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't see, you know, fans don't see and all that. So you get a perspective into the inner workings, the intimate inner workings of the stuff that we don't see. And that's why your perspective is always helpful, and why people should listen more than listen to us or anybody else. Somebody who's been there, who's got a son who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and has been dealing with all this stuff in the recent college football era. So you know how it works more than anybody. Yeah,
it's a business now, y'all. And if we look at it, Emmett would have had probably like about 800 yards, man. 1,000 yards if he would have had to share them carries for real.
And he's not a second-round draft pick.
Right, and he's not a second-round draft pick, and we not being talked about at all in any positive light.
Nope.
At all. He is our only saving grace. To him, he is to everybody else that's on the outside looking in. He was the only shining light, constant shining light the whole time, the whole season.
But maybe
everybody doubted him.
Kind of like we were talking about, me and Brian were talking about, maybe it's a good thing that this offseason doesn't seem sexy, because maybe that's what we need to be able to just kind of come out and just see everything, the actual fruits of the labor pay off, you know? I just think everybody wants sexy, and then we get sexy and we're like, oh, we're the offseason national championships, but we haven't seen it on the field. Now all of a sudden we're not having a quote unquote sexy offseason. Everybody's losing their mind, you know?
I just think that everybody has to have something to say, right? They have to find something wrong with something. Oh, social media, this. Oh, yo, bro, I got 24 hours in a day. I don't know how you use yours, right? But I don't have to be like stuck on the same thing in the same mind frame 24 hours a day to be effective at doing something.
Correct.
Right? Just being honest, right? Like, I could have time to spend with my kids, I can have time to go walk my dog. I can have time to watch the stock market. But if I choose not to watch the stock market, if I choose to have my kid to watch my dog instead, and then instead I'd rather go on social media and not build myself up, but talk about the programs in a certain type of light to make people like my program, I don't think there should be a problem with any of that. I don't think there should be a problem with me or with anybody being able to connect with the rest of the world to let the rest of the world know how great we are. That doesn't mean that we're not focusing on winning. Like, I got to focus on winning 24 hours out of the whole day. Are you focusing on one thing the whole 24 hours in one day? Like, come on, let's be serious. Let's be serious. So we all get the same 24. So how I spend mine, meaning 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, a half an hour, it shouldn't matter how I spend that, because nobody telling you got to focus on one thing for 24 hours.
Facts.
Every day. Every day. I have to be able to find another usage out of my time that's going to be good and beneficial, no matter on what anybody else think. Because I know what it is. I'm not short-sighted. I'm playing chess. I know to be able to kind of relate to the kids of today. We're not going to recruiting 28-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds. We're going to recruit people that know how to dance. We're going to daggone recruit people that know fashion, that knows daggone, the new trend on AI and all of that type of stuff. We're not talking to 40-year-olds. We're talking to people that we need to relate to a certain type of way, to build their trust a certain type of way, to have them come all the way out to Nebraska. I'm just saying.
Hang on, dog. Sorry, my dog's
like please give us, an hour or 2 or 3 to be able to do something else that can be beneficial for the program. Don't be so hard on them because they on social media. They got 24 hours. Just being honest. And you're not going to speed them up maturity-wise. If they 19 years old, you're not going to turn them 22 without them going through that 3 years. They got to go through that 3 years.
Yep. They got to go through the tough times. We can get them on the other side of that for sure.
Because we got a young team.
Yep.
So now that we know we got a young team, we got some of the pieces that's really gonna stay. Now what he doing? They brought in Jeep. They brought in, everybody else for them to go ahead and start daggone plugging in some other folks. Look at our line now. Look at our line, bro. Look at our line, bro. Like, that's all I'm saying. Look at our line, bro. And since I've been around, I'm going to say, I'm just looking at these dudes, and I could tell some of these dudes got attitude problems.
We need that.
Good. Take it out on
we
Saturdays.
We need that like a mug.
We need that.
I have been saying that for years.
Because the nice guys finish last. Nice guys finish last. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
That's all I'm saying.
Since the show got canceled last Tuesday, we might have to get this Tuesday. We won't have a show, but probably be this Wednesday. So we might get you on this Wednesday so we can talk a little bit.
Sound good, player. I'll be around.
Yes, sir. So I'll reach out to you, brother. But thank you so much, man, for calling in. We appreciate you as always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I'll talk to you guys soon, man. Keep being great.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you,
sir.
All right, let's go ahead.
Always
we got
dropping knowledge.
And Bone Lead popping in. We got a couple of guys in here, and then we'll wrap up soon after this because I got to go help my wife. And my dog is barking at my door right now. Jackson Bone Lead, what's going on, fellas? We'll start with you, Jackson. Jackson, you've been waiting for like an hour, buddy.
It's all right, man. It's
Thanks,
all
Jackson.
good. How you gentlemen doing tonight?
I know you like to listen to Rashawn to drop knowledge, man. You're a football guy, so I knew you were taking it all in.
Oh yeah,
You're a
I
football.
learned a lot tonight. That's for
Yes,
sure.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man, I will. The
sorry,
basketball program's looking good. It's looking
Hell yeah.
magnificent.
Hell yeah.
Looks
Bonelet,
nice.
give us Bonelet, what's going on, man? I just want to say hi to you first.
Well, hello. You know,
What's up, brother?
well, what I want to say so far is everyone forgot that how Osborne struggled against Oklahoma. And I will say this, that I would rather have Rule and company build the program right than build it fast and fade.
Yep.
You know, and they are building it right. I mean, it took what, Tom, 21 years to win a national title, but during that whole entire time, but during that whole entire time, what was he doing? He was building, you know, his teams to get to the point to where they would dominate. And we're talking about a 4 or 5 year stretch, you know, of complete dominance, in my opinion.
Yeah. And the biggest thing was changing the culture, which Rule has done. And that's the only way to have that longevity. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well, yeah,
it wasn't that long.
And people forget we made 2 consecutive bowls. And when is the last time we made a bowl back to back, let alone a bowl? You know, whether we got beat or not. You know,
Playing 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so he basically came in and took a program
16 was the last bowl game. Was our last back to back was.
The last back to back was Bo's final 2 years. And then before the last bowl game before Rule was Riley's second year.
Was Riley's 2016? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but Rule took a team that, in my opinion, that was pretty much dead, buried, you know, defeated mentally, you know, and everything. Yep. And
Listen, you can go take care of your dogs. It's fine.
Yeah, they're going crazy out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
And has led them to where they are. Well, all I see is things getting better. I mean, I hate to say it, but not in a bad way, but you know, things are going to get better, you know, and of course it starts with the offensive line and defensive line. You could have Barry Sanders in the backfield, but if your offensive line and defensive line don't block, you're going to get clobbered. You know, I mean, there's no way around it.
You built it on the trenches.
You know? And now, with that being said, I guess whatever. Just go ahead and do what you guys were going to do. I'm still here though.
Oh, you're good, Jackson. What's going on?
Oh, I can't hear you, Brian.
Oh, it's going all right, Brian. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
I can't hear him.
Oh, I'm pretty good. Hold on, Bone. I'll drop you down real quick, and we'll fix it here in just a second.
Oh, here we go.
This is what happens at about the 2 hour mark. That's what happened last time.
Man.
So I'm good though. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. Just getting ready for another exciting Super Bowl on Sunday night, the 60th edition. That's gonna be fun.
Who do you got as your favorite?
Well, I mean, I had on a Seahawks guy today on a Jack Sane episode, and I had a buddy of mine who works at SI for the Patriots. And honestly, I'm kind of just leaning towards, you know what? I think I'm going Seahawks in a 24-21 fashion.
Seahawks 24-21?
24-21 Seahawks.
I think Seattle wins. But I think it's by more. I think it's like a 24-14.
Ooh.
Because I know Drake May is a little banged up. Correct? Isn't he a little banged? They missed some practice. But then again, Vrab's so good at coaching, in-game coaching, getting his guys ready. Right now on FanDuel, the spread's Seattle -4.5. The over-under is 48 or 45.5. So that would be 24-14 would be right on the cusp.
Yeah. I'm
Hmm.
I'm prepared,
Do you have a Super Bowl MVP? Is it going to be
who'd be Super Bowl 60 MVP? I
it
would
always goes to the quarterback, which I hate, but I feel like this would be a year that it's possible it doesn't.
I
So I
feel
don't think
like
Sam
that's
Darnold.
gonna I feel like that will go to Jackson Smith-Jigba from the Seahawks.
Yeah, I could see him doing like 8 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It'll be pretty cool. But like next year's Super Bowl, and this is funny though, because like next year's Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day. And it's gonna be
What?
the next year's Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day, and it's gonna be the first time since Super Bowl 40 that we're gonna go back to being able to have a Super Bowl on ABC. And it's also gonna be the first time that you see a Super Bowl on ESPN.
Really? I did not know that.
Uh-huh.
All right, Jackson, here you go. This is your
Here we
Super Bowl MVP odds. Jackson Smith Najigba, that's your pick.
Yep, that's my pick.
Plus 550. Plus 550 on FanDuel.
Yep. I'm actually a
Hypothetically
Bama
speaking-
man. I'm actually a Bama fan. Play the fight pod. It's just you know, I like the Jets because of like Joe Namath, and plus my dad got me that floaty helmet for Christmas a few years back. So I thought, like, you know, oh well, yeah, it looks kind of nice, you know, the floating helmet. That looks pretty nice.
That is pretty cool.
I
Low-key kind of
appreciate
wish I had one.
Oh man, I hope Bone fight
Bone lead?
yeah, Bone Lead. Yeah, I'm hoping he's coming
Yeah,
back.
there's an issue at like the 2-ish hour mark where for some reason audio doesn't transmit on one person's side, but the YouTube can hear me, but he can't. I don't know why, dude. We have so many issues with StreamYard on this channel.
Oh man, it does the mess around.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I will say that I feel like 2026 is really going to be looking good for the Nebraska football team, especially with the schedule that's going on this year. So it's like
With our schedule?
Yeah.
Man, we had another caller earlier. Picked us to have 9, possibly 10 wins.
Well,
I'm gonna
it
pull
wouldn't
the schedule
surprise
up.
me. Honestly, wouldn't
Here's our
surprise me.
schedule. 2026 schedule.
Yep.
Ohio, dub. Bowling Green, dub. North Dakota, dub. Michigan State, I think it's a dub. Maryland, dub. 2 L's in a row. Indiana, Oregon.
I feel I feel like Ohio State is a loss, but I wouldn't be surprised if I see Nebraska keeping it close with the Buckeyes, because I can see I could see the Buckeye. Like, I always see this every year with Ohio State and Michigan. They do that playing with their food crap the week before.
Yeah, I don't know who Ohio State plays before Nebraska, though.
Well,
But
I mean,
Ohio State hasn't punted in multiple years playing in Memorial Stadium, which is a very odd stat.
Yeah. I do believe Washington, Nebraska is definitely a toss-up game. I think anybody can win that one.
The reason why my initial thought is Washington, because they have a very mobile quarterback. Nebraska struggled against mobile quarterbacks, but also it's after a bye week. And this will likely be Nebraska's like blackout game where they black out the field, like the logos, the end zones. This crowd wears black. The football team wears black. It's a really good environment, likely a night game on Halloween. But it's after a bye week. And Coach Rule in his tenure at Nebraska has been very, very bad after the bye week.
Well, and Iowa is always a dangerous place to go to.
And if we're lucky, that'll be a freaking night game like it was 2 years ago for some reason. We can play there at night, but God forbid Iowa plays at and Nebraska at night.
I feel like they're somehow going to put it on CBS. I hope they don't, but we don't know what the second Black Friday game for the Big Ten is yet, but we'll have a better answer for it by late May when it's done and over with Memorial Day.
I'm hoping it's a big time game so that we can get a 2:30 slot or an 11 a.m. slot. Also, just so I can move on with my day after the game, regardless. I hate night games just because it takes forever to get to it, and you're just kind of waiting around. But when I go to a game, the night games are the ones I want to go to. But when I'm sitting around at home trying to figure out what to do all day.
True. Yeah, I mean, I could see, Nebraska, honestly, Nebraska, Iowa being on 11 a.m. on CBS. Like that's what I feel like that's going to be on. That's what I'm thinking.
That or it's going to be NBC night game.
You think
I think
so?
that's one of the two options. Yeah, I think it's a CBS morning, like 11 a.m. kick. I would prefer 2:30 kick just because it's a better time slot. But my guess is 11 a.m. or 6:30, 7 o'clock in Kinnick, and that place is a bear at night.
Yeah, I mean, like I know this. I'll be flipping between the college games and the NFL Amazon Prime game that's on. Like,
I never watched this.
I'll try to watch a little bit of everything so that some people won't have to. So I can just give a little summary on that. There you go.
Bone Lead, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Good. Well, we're talking schedule. What's your take on it?
I agree with everything that's being said. Yeah, Washington is a toss-up. Iowa, I don't see 9 wins, but that's just going by. Yeah, that's just me going by what I've seen lately. Okay, and with that being said, ask me after we play Maryland or Indiana, and then I'll let you know. Because the measuring stick will be how we play against Indiana and Oregon. That will tell us what kind of team we have. Now, if we get beat like 73-3, or maybe not that bad, but real bad, what does it say that we have? I mean, does it does it say we have a horrible team? Well, no. Is it the culture? Well, no. But like I said, it took Tom Osborne 21 years. Yeah, he inherited
pretty good situation.
Yeah, but it took him 21 years, and when he did it, it led to maybe the 5 most dominant years of college football that I've ever seen, potentially. And by us, and and we qualified for bowl game every year, I believe, under Tom, and but anyways, I digress, and the main thing is he did it right. He didn't do it fast. Okay, he probably could have. Okay, but he did it right. I mean, look at all the trouble Lawrence Phillips would get into and other players, but yet Tom was able to be there for them and help them with those situations and turn them into great young men. Granted, yeah, Lawrence Phillips eventually stopped communicating with Tom Osborne and ended up, I believe, killing himself. But, but during college, that's the kind of influence we have, uh, not just as coaches, but, as people in general, with each other. I mean, we could either build the person up, and, I like the fact that Tom Osborne is still part of the teammates mentoring program, you know, um, and I'm glad that they invented that, because I believe it's very crucial, and it's crucial more so today than anything else.
I agree. The one thing it's obviously a very different game between Tom Osborne era and now. More so with this era, it's been accelerated with Cignetti's success. Is people forget that you still have to develop the talent on your roster. Yeah, you can go and get all these guys that have been developed in the portal and build a pretty solid team, but you still have to develop them while they're there, and you still have to bring in the right guys. And I think that's probably the utmost important thing, is bringing in the right guys for your program. You can't just go out and get guys that are troublemakers, but man, you know what? They're great talent, because that one person can bring down an entire locker room. And I think back to Maurice Washington, great talent, a lot of issues off the field, a lot of legal issues towards the end of his time at Nebraska. He got away with a lot of things that other players didn't get away with because of his talent. And that was a huge problem in that locker room. And so you've got to build it with the right people more than anything.
Yeah, that is correct. But, to me, it seems like Cignetti's success was he had players that
he brought
were in his system from other yeah. And see, and when you have that experience, it'll make things turn over a lot faster.
Yeah. Jackson, on the other hand, you're seeing a up and down tenure to Kalen DeBoer, more or less, but still made the playoffs this year.
Oh, well, I mean, it was like, at least Alabama got revenge against Oklahoma. And, it was like when I told people when Alabama's going against Indiana, whoever won the Rose Bowl was going to the Natty and winning it all. What happens?
You said that on this show, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you were right.
I did my best to be, but I just say it as I say it.
What do you think of Indiana's run? I think it's one of the best things.
You got a hell of a run. You got a hell of a run in college football when Dr. Phil is making a video about you.
I did not see that.
Oh, he did. I was like, holy crap, I got to tell this to everybody. This I got to see.
That is freaking hilarious.
I think what we're going to see is like a movie like Rudy, but it's going to be for like Indiana.
Oh, you're going to see a Hoosier 2.0, but with football instead of basketball.
Just add like a Margot Robbie scene at the movie theater with it. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm fine with that one. Can't complain about that.
Why not?
Yeah. Or has Sabrina Carpenter hang out? Why not?
No Sabrina.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they could have Kurt Cignetti singing or something, or having that eyebrow look he gave on fourth down in the final game against Miami.
There you go.
Who plays Kurt Cignetti in Hoosiers 2.0?
Adrian Brody. He did a hell of a job playing Pat Riley in that Lakers documentary. I could see him playing a pretty good Kurt Cignetti.
Who plays Fernando Mendoza?
Man.
Those are the two biggest people in this entire thing.
Well, it's got to be somebody that's like on the rise, that's on like Disney Channel or something. But just kind of like get him out.
Someone that at least looks young, because Fernando's like 21.
Exactly.
And I'll sidetrack a tad bit. What I hate about football movies or sports movies is the ones where they don't actually get athletes to play the roles. And you can just tell, like, when you're watching, you're like, this dude has no idea how to play football. He has no idea how to throw the ball. He has no idea how to shoot a basketball. And they're in a movie about basketball or football. It drives me nuts. So you got to get someone who's athletic that can throw a football, so you don't have to bring in a stunt double, or it doesn't look like crap if you don't bring in one.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. There's got to be someone. Huh.
Well, he's probably too old, but I was thinking that guy from Saved by the Bell, not Zach and not Screech, the other guy.
I never watched Saved by the Bell, if I'm being honest.
It was, oh God, I can't. Slater, was that his name? Or oh God, I can't. Slater, was that his name? Or
Slater? I know that's the name of a character in it. Christian Slater?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. He's older.
For Signetti?
But no, for Mendoza.
Shoot.
A young Christian Slater, possibly.
Yeah, but we don't have that. I don't know. How about you or Justin?
Yeah, Justin more than me. I don't know how tall Justin is, though, actually. I'm 6'2", though.
Oh man. Still looking for the actor who would play. Good
Who
grief.
could play Fernando Mendoza? Let's see. Google's no help, and I don't know enough actors to give an educated opinion on this.
I know like Fernando wants Brad Pitt, but I think Brad Pitt's a little too old.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm starting to echo.
Yep.
Are you hearing an echo?
A little bit.
Well, we're 2 hours and 10 minutes in. I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's been a long stream.
All right, man.
Unless you guys got more questions.
That's about it from me.
Cool. Bone, do you have anything left?
No, I just want to give my Super Bowl prediction. I got a friend that I'm betting, and I'm letting them take Seattle. So I'm gonna take New England. And I know it's being played in Santa Clara in the 49ers home field. But my team is the Broncos, and the Patriots beat them. So I'm going to say 28-24 Patriots.
Well,
Patriots.
that money on FanDuel too, you'll win some because right now on FanDuel, Seattle's favored 4.5.
Ooh.
Well, that's misleading.
I think Seattle's gonna take it by 10, personally.
Well, they don't have Marshawn Lynch, but they have that
Jackson Smith Najigba.
Yeah, Najigba.
Yeah, that guy he had like 300 yards in the Rose Bowl at 1 year.
Yeah, that's true. But the Patriots quarterback
was the starter, I think. On that
but the Patriots quarterback kind of reminds me of a young Tom Brady. So
he's got a lot to prove, though. But I'll give him credit. He's 2 years in the league. He's already made it to the Super Bowl. I think he's playing really good. In fact, I didn't think Drake May would be very good, personally, coming out of college. And I'm usually really good with projecting college quarterbacks in the NFL. That was one I missed. But I will admit, I have a very good track record of calling bust at quarterback in the NFL. I don't know what it is. I'm not a QB guru, but I have nailed it very consistently.
Who's your bust for the 2026 NFL draft? QB.
I got to think about this one first. I usually right around draft time is when I'm gonna bring it up. But I'll pull up 2026 draft QBs. Let me pull up the top. Fernando, I think, is going to be fine. Who's all declared? I honestly haven't even paid attention entirely to who's declared. Ty Simpson, he's coming back? No, he went pro.
Yeah, he's gone pro.
Yeah, he'll be a bust. But I don't think he's considered a high value draft pick.
Yeah.
Like he's not. I mean, he'll be drafted like second or third just because the quarterback class sucks. But Carson Beck sucks. Cade Klubnik sucks. Garrett Nussmeier's trash. I think this is probably the worst quarterback class in a long time.
Since 2022.
Who was in that class? You'll have to remind me.
Kenny Pickett was the only first round.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that class sucked. I think this will be slightly better because I think Fernando Mendoza will be okay.
Well, he'll be more than okay with Clint Kubiak as his head coach.
But it's the Raiders.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot of times it's the program or the organization. Like Baker Mayfield sucked in Carolina. That organization sucks. He did okay in Cleveland, and then he did really good for a few years in Tampa.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold sucked at the Jets.
Everybody
Sucked in Carolina.
Everybody sucks at the Jets.
That's true.
But
I will say I did say Caleb Williams would not. I didn't say he'd be a bust, but I said he's not as good as people think he is, and I'm still right on that. He's not a top 15 QB in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, he'll make 5 plays a game where like this guy can be an absolute like steal, like an absolute dog at quarterback, and he'll make 5 plays after that, and you're like, this dude's trash. He's just not inconsistent, or he's not consistent.
Oh man, don't tell that to Sonny Verma at Locked On Illini.
Well, his 52% completion percentage. That throw he made in the playoffs is one of the greatest throws I've ever seen.
True. I liked what Caleb was doing. I think he needed the right head coach at the Bears, honestly. And it seems like it's working out so well.
Yeah, he's got some good pieces around him too.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know this. Packers are not a good playoff team.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yep. Well, I think that about wraps it up. Thank you so much for calling in, Jackson. Appreciate it. I always love when you call in. A lot of different topics we can cover. So
I'll say thank you for having me on, buddy.
No problem. Do you have an announcement before you need to get out? Where can we find you on Twitter, on your socials, your channel?
Well, you can find me on @/Twitter and on Instagram and Threads at Jackson Johnson 43908. But also you can my latest 2 episodes of That Science, where I filmed not one but 2 episodes today.
Nice.
And it was both previewing to both. One of them was with Mookie Alexander at field goals at SB Nation, and Mike Debate on SI.
Nice. So everybody go check those out.
Here we go.
But until then, everybody, stay tuned. Again, there will be no Huskers Live on Tuesday because Nebraska basketball plays on Tuesday at 6 p.m., which is the exact same time as our show. So we will reschedule for a later day, probably Wednesday instead. So till then, we'll see you on the next one.
Gentlemen, what are we up to tonight?
Did Brian accidentally?
Yeah, I think you might have accidentally banned me, and that's really messed up, right?
Are you running from the cops right now?